My name's Alex.
My name is Ben Chafee.
Hi, I'm Drew Blaylock.
Hi, my name's George.
Hi, I'm Planty, Jonathan Plant.
And my role at Alpha Futures is one of the founders. I'm a 33% shareholder alongside my two business partners, Andrew Blaylock and George Kohler, of which we own the Alpha Capital Group together.
I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Alpha Futures.
My role at Alpha Futures, I probably describe as general oversight.
And I'm the CEO of Alpha Futures.
I'm the Chief Market Analyst at Alpha Capital Group.
So my background is financial sales. I've always worked within financial services. Most notably, my business partner Andrew owns an FCA regulated stockbrokers, which is called Clear Capital Markets. I help him set that up from scratch and build the sales desk there. Prior to that, I was running the sales desk at Central Markets, which is a very large CFD broker in London, and prior to that as well I was working with MB Capital and Berkeley Capital. So always been in the financial markets, customer facing, working with clients.
So I went to college to be a full-time engineer. I went to Worcester Polytech back in the States. Background in mechanical and biomedical engineering. I did that full-time for about 2 years, and I started to pursue trading as a way to make some disposable income. Eventually I started pursuing that route full-time. I was able to use my trading income to actually pay off my student debt. Now I find myself trading futures. I did start out with options, found myself in the prop space after that to get payouts, to pay off that debt, and now here I am full-time with Alpha Futures.
I started in the city in 2005. I started as a junior broker back then. I was knocking on the door of 20 years now. Soon worked my way up, became a qualified broker, worked in a couple of FCA regulated brokerages in town, and around about 8 years ago now, I set up my own brokerage, and now I am the director and CEO of an FCA regulated broker in London.
My background, so I went to university, studied banking, finance and investments. That was always the goal. I worked at various roles, finally ending in deliverable FX, dealing with institutionals, foreign exchange exposure through various different contracts. Throughout that period I was always trading, just personal accounts on the side throughout full-time jobs. That was my passion, and I wanted to not just be a trader, but actually be part of the industry and bring some of my visions of what I was looking for, and when I was looking to trade with a company or work with a company, what I was looking for. And I come to the decision that I would make that venture and take that jump to create that vision myself.
I've been in the markets for years. I went to university, studied finance. I've worked for Sunalliance Investment Management, UBS, mega player in the futures and options space, Liberum Capital, Peel Hunt. I've been buy side, sell side, you name it, I've done it.
So I oversee the day-to-day operations here at Alpha Futures, make sure our traders are happy with our product, make sure we're supporting our traders, they get the responses they need, as well as running trader events and promotions within our product.
As CEO of Alpha Futures, my role is to oversee the entire business operations, make sure that we are growing at the right pace, we have the right team to support our traders, and that we're continuously progressing towards our vision.
My role entails just trying to get you up to speed, fundamentals. Most people start off, they learn the technicals. We can talk about that. It's about the whole, knowing the markets inside and out, making sure you know why it's moving, not just looking at the lines on the charts.
A fact, well, if you haven't guessed already, my accent's a little bit different than the typical Michael Caine Londoner. Or the typical Planty that you've seen on here before. I'm from the northest north of England that you can possibly get. May have a little bit of a posh northern accent because I've lived in London for so long, but I am basically, where I'm from is the border of Scotland, essentially, yeah.
So I played baseball in college. It's a passion of mine. I coach on the side. That's what I like to do with most of my free time. I coach. Youngest kids I coach are 11 years old. Oldest are 18. I just try to pass on that passion, and any sort of advice I can give those kids really keeps me grounded. I grew up in Boston, Mass. I now live in San Diego. I have lived on both coasts 3 times now.
Played football with Wayne Rooney. We won a competition. I'd like to say I was on his level and we bumped into each other, but no, we won a competition.
One fact about myself, I'm about to have a baby. Any day now, I probably shouldn't be here, but yes, I've got a little girl, she's 3, and I have a baby boy due any day now, so that's one fact.
One fact about myself, I'm a cricket coach, so I like to get into technicals, fundamentals, the whole thing, as well as trading, whatever you want. We look at things in depth, we look at things in 1 minute, 15, an hour, we look at it in terms of a month, the universe, whatever.
Look, so bit of further background. My dad's from the US, from America, from Los Angeles. He was in the US military for a number of years. I'm looking forward to working with Ben and a couple of other guys and a couple of other firms out in the US that we've got on our roster, and spending some time out in America and doing what we've done for Alpha. You know, I think what's been missing is, like Planty mentioned before as well, the community aspect of a firm. You know, when I've looked at Alpha Futures, or when I've looked at futures in general, the marketplace, they've got nowhere for people to go and really build a community, build a camaraderie, which is massively missing. But I think it's massively important when you're trading. You want someone there, you want a firm that you can talk to, pick the phone up, speak to, because it's not an easy task. You know, it is a very difficult task, and I think we've done that so well in the past nearly 3 years now with Alpha Capital Group, building one of the biggest sort of CFD FX props in the space. We want to take that because, you know, I believe the future side of the market is backward, really. It's like the old finance side of things. We want to liven it up and hopefully bring a bit of vavavoom and a bit of personality to it.
I'm really excited to bring the Alpha Capital Group brand to futures, and what I mean by that is payout transparency. I think the futures market needs a little bit of a shake up there. That's what excites me most about bringing Alpha Capital Group into the futures space.
I would say the US. I think that futures trading is dominated by the US. I traded a lot of options actually myself 10 years ago. I've never really traded a lot of futures, but I think that there's a huge market in the US which we'd like to try and crack. Obviously the US at the moment, they can't trade cash CFDs, so that means that we can't really onboard US retail in the Alpha Capital Group. So it'll be interesting just to engage with that audience again with the futures business. So I'm quite excited about that.
With this project, I'm most excited about getting back into the US market. It's an excellent market to service. We love the US. Secondly is to expand the product offering of the group. I feel like this is a natural step, a natural evolution, and it makes sense. It's great synergy for the group, so it just seems a natural next step for us.
Alpha Futures, it's for the big boys and girls. This is where you get a chance to prove yourself. Alpha is all about you being there for long term. We've said it in the prop space, we mean it. The future space, it's your chance to take yourself to the level that you want to be, that you can be the best trader that you've ever wanted to be.
So obviously Alpha as a whole has been climbing the prop space extremely fast. I want to see that same growth in the futures market. We obviously want to see ourselves as top 1 or 2 futures firms in the space. I totally believe we have the team to do that here.
Like, if I'm honest with you, this business has gone a lot bigger, a lot quicker than I initially anticipated when we initially set this up. I mean, it's only about 2 years ago now. So it's hard to answer that question because I don't think I can really sort of like quantify where we can go with the company. Obviously, Alpha Capital Group, now we're launching futures. We've got other plans which I won't I won't sort of mention just yet, but I really don't know the answer to that question. It's been a fantastic journey so far over the last couple of years. It only really feels like we're just warming up at the moment. So, I mean, this could really go anywhere. But I think the most important thing is staying calm. Things are going well. We're doing okay. We've created a huge following. We're up there in probably the top 5 prop firms in the world at the moment. But the thing I'll always make sure of is we need to stay calm, keep our feet on the ground, slowly build. Yeah, who knows where it can go.
In 5 years, I just see continuous growth, hoping to continue to expand our product offering. The ultimate goal essentially is to offer a home, you know, something, a service or a product that suits all different types and styles of traders, to continue us to build our community but service them not only with the, you know, what they're looking to trade or how they're looking to trade, but with a community around that they feel that they're part of something, they get some value and some added benefits.
I'm so amazed that coming into space from the professional big boy league, they're so impressive, the guys that have set this up. They really, really have an edge. They want to go and be the #1 finance firm, fintech, for the masses. And I do think that we're moving towards that. We will be #1.
That payout transparency, in my opinion. So I started out as a funded trader with Alpha Capital Group, again in the Forex space. I was able to do over $60,000 of payouts from them in particular. And their process was just so much more smooth than other firms I had dealt with. While the other firms, yes, they did pay me out, it just wasn't as transparent or honestly as trader friendly as their support and their team was. I am looking to bring that brand to the futures market.
Honesty and integrity.
One thing that I think would make us different, the vision and goal that we see ourselves heading to in the next 5 to 10 years. As you've seen, we're growing a group structure here. We're not just focusing on one, but we're also being slow and patient. One thing that we've never done is cut corners. If we make a decision and we act on it, we always make sure that we've done the correct due diligence and research, that it's being done the correct way, and no corners are cut. And that is a pillar of longevity, which is one thing that we focus on day in and day out.
It's like we've always said, we are there for the punter. Other people are out there, we've seen it. There's no point winning if you're not going to get paid out. Alpha always pays out, and we're trying to improve you, make you a good trader. We want to see you win. Unlike other people, they want to see you lose. We're taking you on that journey. We're here for the long term. You're there for the long term.
You'd say it's a pretty messed up family, really, but you know, that's sometimes the best way. So you got George, a bit like watching paint dry sometimes. You probably hate me for that, but then you've got Drew, obviously, as well, who I've knew for a long time. We've got a really good dynamic. We've all, you know, someone really successful once said to me that it takes more than one key to open a safe, and I really understand that. You know, you need to have your partners to have different skill sets than you.
So a lot of you are probably familiar with kind of the ownership team. That's going to be Drew, Alex, and George. They oversee my day-to-day work. I'll be the one kind of working with our support staff and our traders as far as futures go, but the ownership team oversees that Alpha Capital Group original team, oversees all the operations we do here in the futures market.
Quite a good one, actually. Obviously, there's 3 of us that own the business. George is a very sensible head. He's also very tech savvy as well, which really helps. Alex is a lot more client facing, as our customers will know, because he's not scared to pick up the phone and speak to customers, and I think that does separate us from other prop firms. A lot of people won't know me as an individual because I'm quite silent, but like I said before, like it's general oversight from my point of view. You know, I am sidetracked. I have other business interests as well, but I think the dynamic works because I think I've probably got 10 or 15 years on both of those boys. So maybe I'm an older, calmer head. What they've done is quite remarkable, and yeah, long may it continue.
The dynamic's great. I think we work extremely well together. Everyone has key strengths in certain areas, and where I'm weak in one, someone else is strong in another. So I think we all complement each other's strengths and weaknesses almost perfectly. It's a seamless, you know, working environment with all of us, and there's never any friction. We're always on the same page. We all have the same ideas, the same goals, and we always come to the same conclusion, and yeah, we work very well together.
It's a fantastic mix. We've got anywhere from the sensible to the crazy. We can do whatever you want. We're here to entertain, we're here to be serious. It's a proper mix. It's a really good firm, and the key thing is, whatever everyone out there says, we're always available and we will come back. You leave us a message, you'll get an answer, we'll help you. We don't disappear.